This is real life, nigga, fuck music. Don't matter how I do it, I just do it. Never think twice, bro, I just do it. 23, Nike, just do it. This is real life, nigga, fuck music.
Yo, what's good, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video gameplay, we're here in TaxiBoss, ladies and gentlemen, and I have a new car to show off, and we also have a brand new feature added to the game. So before we get into this gameplay, I want you guys to smash the like button on this video. I'm shooting for 5 likes. Hit that big red subscriber button if you guys are new, watching for the very first time, and also hit me up in the comment section and let me know what is your favorite car to drive in this particular game. So we're going to go ahead and just unveil the brand new car that I got, and it is the Bentley Continental. So let's go ahead and pull this bad boy out, and as you guys can see here, my best car right now is this Ferrari Rome here. It's at a 9.3 rating. Now, this Bentley, though, ladies and gentlemen, oh my God. 8.8 is about the max that I can get it at in rating. And this costed me, I believe, $270,000 in in-game cash. And I decked it out in all blue here, and I upgraded it something crazy. I gave it a twin turbo, and I also increased the all of the jazz underneath the hood, and I went from like a V8 to like a V12 engine, which is pretty crazy. This blue freaking devil of a car sounds like a beast, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. And I just noticed my car kind of looks like this car here as far as like the color scheme goes, but obviously these are two different cars here. I feel like they need to update the these podium statues for the leaderboard people, because some of these cars are just like you know what I mean? Some of these guys, they have 10.0 cars, and when you look over here, some of these cars are not even 10.0. So that's something that they need to fix. But I want to hop in this car here and just cruise around real quickly. I don't know if you guys if like you can hear the sounds of the car, but bro, when I'm speeding with this car, man, like you can hear the difference between every car that you guys own. You can hear the difference. So if some of your cars are like V8 and some of your cars are like V12 engines, you can actually hear the difference between the startups and when you're accelerating and everything like that. So this bad boy is crazy fast, and for it to only be a 8.8 in the rating, it's pretty crazy. So let me remind you guys, as I'm making this video here, I am currently in my VIP server. So I'm going to be getting the ridiculous amounts of, the call features here. And like I explained in my last video, VIP servers is literally the best to get the, call a cab feature. So all you have to do is this. You click on the cell phone here, and boom, you're going to start getting, calls in here in the VIP more frequently than in a public server. I don't know why it's like that, but it is personally just like that, So definitely I recommend getting yourselves a free VIP server. It doesn't cost you a thing unless they end up, charging you, but I don't think the developers want to charge us for free. I don't think they want to charge you for VIP. I believe they created VIP to help out a lot of players. So here's a call coming in right now. This person says they have to go to work, and they have a big flight scheduled. So as you can see here, it's highlighted. This is their location of where we have to pick them up at, and this is at the Beechwood area. And when we get there, if you highlight over, You have to take them all the way across the map to the airport, which was a brand new zone added to the game. Now, let me talk about the brand new feature of hiring drivers and starting a company. So, you're going to come over here and you're going to click on this suitcase right here. And as you guys can see, there's another little indicator moving on the map right now, and that is my personal driver that I actually hired, which is a cool auto clicking type of feature. You know what I mean? They almost made this like a simulator in this sort of aspect. So, with hiring a driver, ladies and gentlemen, here is some of the key components that you guys must remember. um, Updating your driver's experience, the skills, and the tips will take several minutes every time you guys go up in a certain area of the tiers. So, for an example, if you're trying to give your driver more experience here, as you guys can see, I'm almost at max level for his experience, and the next time I upgrade here, it's going to cost me 150,000. This is to drive better cars. Now, this is one of your main focuses here that I believe you guys should basically focus on the most, is making sure that your driver can drive better cars, because the higher the rating, the better payout you're going to get per, drop off with these guys. You can also see the driver here. You can see whenever they're delivering a customer, or if they're just driving around. Whenever they're just driving around is basically the best time to go ahead and get some of those, upgrades added to their resumes, because what's going to happen is, they're literally idling. They're driving around. They're looking for, a certain customer to pick up and everything like that. I honestly don't know if these guys answer your calls for you. I believe these are your own personal calls. I don't think your drivers will pick those up. They just pick up random people. But I will say this, driving better cars is definitely worth it here. And whenever they're not delivering a customer, that is the best time to do it, because if you end up upgrading while they're delivering a customer, that person that they were delivering, you're not going to get that payout, because what's going to happen is that drive that they were on, that basically is going to be canceled. So make sure you look at the message here and make sure it says that they're driving around. I hired one person so far. Hiring a whole bunch of people, it might end up being a good idea, but also at the same exact time, you got to make sure your pockets are able to handle it. So don't just jump on the new feature and start hiring a whole bunch of people and become super lazy. Definitely consider your options. Now, here is how you guys change their cars. You see this picture right here. You can actually click on it to change their car. So they're going to drive anything that you have in your personal inventory. So you can go from, low tier to your best tier. So my best tier right now is this one here, the 9.3. I'm currently driving this one here in the blue, and I do believe my driver is driving the Maserati. Yeah, let me go ahead and double check that. Yeah, he's driving the Maserati. But let's say, for an example, I wanted him to drive, my Ferrari car. All I have to do is click on this and then switch the car out. You know what I mean? And that's pretty cool. So as long as your inventory is filled with awesome cars and everything like that, your drivers that you hire for your company, they'll be able to drive those cars and make the deliveries as well. So that's pretty cool. You get to share your inventory with your drivers. Now let me go ahead and just start driving this monster right here. I'm just gonna just go just straight for you know straight little drive here. Gonna go all the way to this new area. They added a country club. Oh man. I drove a little too fast here, but let me go ahead and show you guys the country club area. The country club is so beautiful, bro. So you can make this left right here and continue straight on this little path to the country club. And this is like, for those rich people. Like, no offense to anybody else, but like, I've never been to like one of these things, but the fact that I can actually visit here in the game, and you can literally drop people off like right here. I don't think you can pick anyone up in here, but you can drop them off in here, and just giving you guys a full 360 view of the car. This Bentley is it's just phenomenal, bro. Like, no matter what color you guys use, it's gonna look great. And one thing about this car is that there is a primary and a secondary color. So there's this little strip that's at the bottom of the like skirt area of the car. So as you guys can see here, this like black line here, that's where your secondary color comes in. So the entire car, I want to say 90% of it is your primary color. And then you have just this little strip here, which is your secondary color that goes around at the bottom of the car, which is like the skirt part of the car. And that's the only little detail that you can actually get to change there. One thing that I will say is that I don't like the rear lights here. As you guys can see here, this like red, you can't change that. That's literally a default setting of the car. You can't change anything about it. But one thing you can do is change the front headlights. You know what I mean? So you have the rear headlights and then the front headlights. So it's kind of weird that I have this in the front and then, this in the back. It's kind of like I'm braking, but I'm actually not even braking. I'm just idling, sitting here still, and it's just lit up red. I don't like that. I wish they can change that. But this is one of the new locations to me. I don't know if it's new to you guys, but I've never driven over here before. And of course, we have the airport area as well. So I showed you guys that in the last video. But this car is so beautiful, man. Like, every car that they're adding to the game is just, it's just beautifully made. And you could just drive around this area. In here, you have all of these trees and all of these rocks and everything like that. So you can enter here and then you can just go ahead and exit out. And right across the street, you have the little mall area. And of course, you have the race club over here as well. I haven't answered any of the calls since I've been in this server, but as you guys can see, the calls are just coming in. So I literally didn't lie to people. I was telling the truth in my last video. VIP is where it is when it comes down to it. Your VIP is going to give you guys more calls. So just create a VIP. It's very easy to create one. You can invite your friends and everything like that as well. You can share if you don't want to play in a VIP by yourself. It's no biggie. So now I'm gonna go ahead and deliver a person here. This person has to go to the hospital. I just love how fast this thing is, bro. It's literally so fast. It might be my fastest car that I own. I believe it's a little bit faster than that Ferrari car. Okay, so I have two pilots that need to go to the airport, and both are just like very, very far in their distance. So I was correct about, that statement here about my driver. He is not picking up my calls. So I don't know if they're going to add that in like the next update or whatever, but he is around the area where this call is coming from and he didn't go over there. He's still delivering some other customer. So Let's go ahead and see if we can find our way to the Beechwood area. Let's pick up that person and take them to the airport. Hold up. And another cool, interesting thing is that your delivery driver here, they actually wait for lights and you can actually bump into their cars. So drive very carefully, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we should be coming up to the Beechwood area. There we go. So as you start to get a little bit closer, the indicator of the person that you're supposed to be picking up, it starts to flash red, and it's big and it's bright, and you can see it right there. So here's the customer right here. We're going to go ahead and pick up the pilot, and we're going to take them to the airport. We're going to zoom. She needs to catch a flight. I'm zooming, bro. I am zooming, bro. She's going to get there on time for her flight. Got a lot of people that need to take flights here. I got here in no time, though. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This car is doing such great speeds, bro. One thing you also want to make sure that you're doing here is make sure you drive through the area that is open, because what's going to happen is if you end up driving too fast and you try to turn in the area here, sometimes you're going to crash and you're going to bump and get your car stuck to the little toll sign there. So we just got 14,000 right there. So the greatest payout that I've received from a customer call is 52,000. 52,000. That's pretty insane. And that was, not even to the airport. It was just a regular drop off to the hills, which is one of my worst drives. I hate driving to the hills. It's very complicated, all the twists and turns. Sometimes I end up, bumping into the side rails of the hills. Sometimes I end up going literally up the hill, getting stuck with my car in the grass or stuck on top of a rock. And it's just horrible. And one of the things about the hills is that they want you to drive fast up there. They want you to drift. They want you to do all sorts of crazy things. And I hate it. But yeah, I've literally gotten my car stuck right here. So as you guys can see, we have one that's it's raised up high in the air. So that's where you're supposed to be driving through that part. But there was this incident where I was driving a little too fast. I came in kind of crazy on the turn, and I ended up getting my car wedged underneath here. And when your car is stuck and everything like that, there's no way to like reset your car. You're gonna have to reset your character, and that's gonna basically drop you all the way off at the taxi central, or you can actually just get out of your car and sort of respawn it. But that getting out of your car cancels whatever delivery you're on. So let's say you're in the middle of a delivery, you get stuck and everything like that, your time is running down, you jump out of the car, and boom, that delivery that you were making, it gets canceled and you don't get paid out for it. So make sure you guys are driving carefully. Still drive fast, but just drive carefully as well. So our next person that we're going to pick up is actually already here at the airport. So this person is going home now. So we're going to go ahead and pick up this pilot here. And we have another call that came in. I know you guys saw it on the screen. Okay. Need to get rest after a long day of flying. No problem, my man. Let's get you home. driver is all the way out here, same area. Okay, I made the wrong turn. Let's go ahead and just get back onto the path here. There's still these randomized ramps that you can make jumps on, but you don't get anything for those jumps. Basically, it's just another little exciting feature to add to the game, just to give you something extra to do. One thing about all the pilots is that they always live by the like either by the Beechwood area or by the hills. So this pilot's getting dropped off right here. And we got 16,000. Beautiful beach, thanks. Um, and now let's talk about some of these other cars over here. So let's visit the garage here. And let's go to car shop. Now, this is something that people wanted me to talk about in Twitter. So huge shout outs to those that follow me on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, I will leave a link down in my description box. Go ahead and follow me over there. I often post a lot of very interesting tweets, and I also like a lot of interesting things. So yeah, you might want to follow me over there. I'm very, very active. If you guys want to hit me up on Discord, I will be having my DMs open. I'm not going to be giving any more invites to my group because my group is literally dead. There's about almost 70 members in there, and there's like only, I want to say, at least 4 or 5 people that are active like every day. So please do not ask for a group invite if you're not going to be talking to anyone. So let me scroll all the way down to the bottom because we have a situation going on with the cars and their ratings and everything like that. Things are just bounced around as far as like prices goes and star ranks and everything like that. Things are a little bit backwards. So let's take a look at the stretch limousine here. So it says here you need the high president relationship. So, to explain this to people that have been asking this question over on Twitter, how exactly do you get this? Well, it's basically the call a cab feature. You have to get that relationship bar up, and what that means is you got to be able to deliver and over deliver, if that makes sense to you guys. So you make your drop offs and everything like that, but you also want to do sometimes what they ask of you. If they want you to drift and everything like that, they want you to drive a little faster, they want you to, get them there in time, you're going to want to do those things. Don't just deliver them and don't complete, the things that they ask you to do because you're trying to increase that relationship. They want to be able to rely on you at any given time. So you always got to answer that call, pick up as many calls as you physically possibly can. And that will increase your relationship with your customers and everything like that. So they will start to call you more often, and they will also start to increase the amount of money that they are paying you each and every single time. Now let's go ahead and take a look at this limousine. It's a stretch limousine, bro. Crazy. And it's literally the best thing in the game at a 10.0 rating, which is pretty amazing. Now, you would think with them adding this sort of feature, you would be able to pick up multiple passengers, but we actually cannot pick up multiple passengers. I'm hoping that they add that in another update as well. The ability to sort of like create like a carpool, basically, because sometimes when I'm driving by, I know I talk a lot, but I got to explain every single thing, when I make videos. Sometimes when I'm driving around in certain areas, there's a person that I got to pick up, and then another call comes in, and sometimes there might be another person right in the same exact area. And what sucks is that you can't pick them up. You know, you can literally only drive one customer at a time. And with that feature, I will love to pick up multiple passengers and deliver them at the same exact time. My phone is going off the hook right now. All right, so now let's talk about the prices and the rankings here. So, as I said, some of these things are bounced around and it's kind of weird. You know what I mean? So, let's take, for example, the ANG one here. This is a racing car. Look at this bad boy, 2.7 million in cash that it's going to cost you guys. But look, it's only a 8.5. Now look at this next 8.5 right next to it. This is a Bentley here. This one costs 450K. Like, what is the difference here? Well, obviously the ANG one is, like I said, it's a racing car. It's fast. It's one of those super hyper cars. But they're both the same rating, and both of these cars are, different prices. So that's how I've been able to afford certain cars and everything like that. You would think that I would be going in order and everything like that, but I basically buy whatever is grabbing my attention and also whatever I can actually afford and make sure that I can upgrade it to the max. So that's why I was able to get this car that I'm driving right now, the Bentley here. So let me show you. So the Bentley originally is 7.5 in its rating, and I was able to basically get the car at a super affordable amount, and then I was also able to make the upgrades to it as well. So the next thing that I want to get, I'm not entirely sure, but I might want to get one of these Lamborghinis here. But I heard not too much good news about the performance of driving one of these things. Oh man, look at the back of this, bro. That looks insane. Like when I drive cars and everything like that here in the game, I do often ask other players that are pros, like, how good does this car handle? And some people may say, why are you even asking that? It's a Roblox game. It's not like you're playing on PlayStation or anything like that, but it does actually matter. You know what I mean? Because if your car can't make turns, at a split second, or it's not fast enough, that sort of thing can affect you in a way. I know it affects me. When I drive that Ferrari car, it is horrible in the performance of, like handling. I think my best handling car right now is my Maserati, and I no longer even drive it. My worker is driving that car, so it is what it is. Let's see. There was another car that they added. So the Hyundai 47 car is one of those cheap, beginner garbage cars. They also added this Lamborghini truck here. So we got the Yaris here, and this looks, pretty nice as well. But the thing about this car is this, like I said, you can't pick up multiple passengers. So it's kind of weird for them to add, these type of cars in the game where there's, these back seats for, up to five people that can fit inside of this. But theoretically, they don't want you to be driving around with five different passengers at the same exact time. But come on, man, if you're gonna add a ride like this, I definitely gotta open this up, you know what I mean, and get more people inside of it. I have to. Now, there's going to be a lot of cars that you guys are probably never going to be able to get because they require, race club, they require a certain amount of wins and everything like that. And the answer to that would be, to change the feature, give us an ability to buy these cars just normally because when you go into public servers, not a lot of people are often racing, and then people that are actually often racing, they may not want to compete in the same races that you want to compete in. There's a whole bunch of different races around the map, and not everybody wants to do the same exact thing that you're doing. So, if you can, like, get someone that is a pro player in the server and that can help you out, maybe take an L to help you get one of these cars, that might be able to work out for you guys. So, this is a hyper fast sports car, I want to say. It's like well, it's in the category of like a sports car, but I believe it's like a racing car as well. This thing is fast. You can see the wing on the back. Like, this thing, I forgot the name of this. Is it Pagani? I don't know how to pronounce the name, but this is one of those, really expensive cars in IRL. This car is a beast, man. I would love to drive this, but it says race club, and well, my race reputation is trash. I've only come in second like one too many times, and I actually don't compete in races too much in here. I really just love just doing the whole taxi feature. I love that they add the ability to to actually do races and flex with other players and stuff like that. But me personally, I just stick to making my deliveries and just buying the normal cars that I can afford in here. But there are some that require the race club, like this Ford GT right here. This thing is a beast as well in IRL. I don't like this white default color, and then you have this like carbon fiber hood right here. It looks disgusting with the white. So if you guys are going to be driving this around, make sure you deck it out and make it look a little bit better. I would say go for like a red or blue color, because that's traditionally the color that you see these four GTs in, basically. So they're supposed to have like they should have had the racing stripes up here on the hood of the car, but there's no racing stripes here. Well, this is the roof of the car. I don't know why I said the hood, but there's usually like two stripes up here that goes over it. There's racing stripes that are a part of the Ford GT, and it's actually missing here in the game. Unless this is a different model, because you have the Ford GT, I believe it's the Ford GT 500, and then there's a 150 version as well. There is another car that I wanted to show you guys. So let's take a look at this Mercedes here. Look at how affordable this is. 130,000 for this Mercedes right now. This is a 7.0 car, and the max that you're probably going to get this up to is probably like 8 point something, but it'll still be a good car to drive around. And then let's take a look at something else. So looking at these four cars right here. So here's a Porsche right here. You have the 911 twin turbo here. This one, you get this for like race wins, I believe. And look at that. They're both the same rating. You know what I mean? Why is one requiring, like race wins? And since we are still looking at these 7.0s, let's take a look at this Ferrari, this F5 right here. This Inferno F5. Look at this. 1.2 million for this. This is only a 7.0 car, bro. But look at that speed. Look at how fast that is. 280 miles per hour, bro. Are you mad or are you mad, bro? I love the color, how this looks on it, but I would definitely put this in all black. I need to see this in a all black gloss kind of look. But in the game, I think they only have like the matte look and like maybe like a smoky color look. But this will look sick. And then you have a Lamborghini here. These four 7.0 cars is like Why are they all priced differently, you know? But you can see why these are priced the way they are, because these are faster than, the Mercedes here at 168, and then the Porsche twin turbo at 206. You have this one coming in at 218, and then this one coming in at 280. And these are stock level, by the way. So just imagine you go ahead and, increase that under the hood aspect. That's going to be crazy, bro. All right. So let's go ahead up and see if they added any other ones in here that are new to me. We have the AMG GT here. So this is another Mercedes vehicle. This one, I actually like this one. I actually like this one a lot, but that front of the car, where it has that long face, it's kind of weird, because then look at this back. This back has like no definition whatsoever. We also got the G Wagon truck. I believe Demon Desire owns this, but I wanted this. It's just I've never bought it. I keep passing it by, but I do kind of want to just drive this around. But like I said, when I drive big vehicles, I really want to pick up multiple passengers because it's kind of look just weird. Driving a taxi, and you have this big vehicle with one person in it. Maybe they can update the game and add like families where you can pick up like father, children, maybe a dog or, a wife. Pick up anybody, multiple characters. That's what I want to do. I want to pick up multiple characters. All right, let me go up to the Hyundai 47 here. So this has a max speed of 156 miles per hour at a stock level right now. So this car, it looks ridiculous. It's kind of like they, like they put the Back to the Future car, fused it with another car, and this is what the result of fusing that came out to be. Because look at this. This is one of those beginner cars, 4.4 on the rating, and it just looks weird. It looks cool, but it looks weird. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a racing car almost. It's super stretched, by the way, and then you have all of this extra body stuff that was added to it, like this giant spoiler fan in the back. You got all of these, crazy lights going on, and it's a good car to make a beginner sort of driver or an intermediate driver feel good about themselves, you know what I mean? But it's not going to be a great car. It's never going to be like a 10.0, you know what I mean? It's going to look like one of those cars, but it's not, which is, kind of crazy. There's a lot of cars that I honestly don't own, and I don't know if I'm ever going to like go back. So this one here in real life, this is that Lotus car, and I love this car. I remember driving this in what is that game? Midnight Club, and also Need for Speed as well. This is a great looking car. I would definitely put this in like orange. But let's see, we're missing a lot of these beginner cars, and I don't know if this is something that a lot of players do in the game, but you know having a display of a bunch of cars and everything like that is pretty dope. You know what I mean? To be able to flex and show your friends and everything like that all of these cars that you own. But usually what I do is, whenever I can afford an expensive car, that's what I go for. I don't go in order of, the list that's here. I often skip around. So I go to whatever I like. And, when I started out the game, I ended up getting that little BMW, that M3 here. So this is my car that I started out the game with. But this is the first car that it's introduced. So you got the what is this? The PGI car, the PGI 46, and it's so ugly, bro. But it's It's one of those beginner cars, and you can work on, getting it faster, changing the color of the paint and everything like that. But it just makes you feel like a noob, and when you're starting off in this game, that's your premise. You don't want to start off looking like a noob, and that's basically how I approached it. I didn't want to start out looking like a noob, so I went immediately to the BMW. And then one of the next things I bought after that, I skipped over all of these other atrocious looking cars, and I went to the Skyline. So you got the GTR right here. I went to that one. So this is the old school version, by the way. This isn't like the newest model. So this is the GTR here. And after that, I went to the Lexus car. And after that, I ended up getting the Dodge Durango. So this is like my first big car that I purchased, and I love driving this, and I put it in that like sort of green, almost closely to the accuracy of Letty's car. If you guys have ever watched Fast and Furious, the most recent one, she had a green, what was it, a Challenger, I believe. So I tried to, you know, put it to that color there and match it and everything like that, and it looked really, really cool. And also, little Bow Wow's car was green as well. His big van car that he had in Fast and Furious, that was Tokyo Drift, I believe, the last time we seen him. So he had that big crazy car, and he had a whole bunch of cars in his collection, by the way, because he was out there scamming and everything. But whenever I'm purchasing cars and decking them out, changing the colors, upgrading the speed, and everything like that, I often think about movies and other games that I played, and I apply those things to whenever I'm playing this game here. So, just a little background on how I pick and choose my cars and stuff like that. If I had to tell you guys right now on the spot as we are ending off this video what car I want to drive next, I honestly don't know. I feel like I want to go backwards and get one of these, like, 7.0s, 6.0s. Like I mentioned, the G Wagon would be nice to drive around, but I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going up and up, with the ratings. So I want to drive a 10.0 car, and that's gonna be, the next big video coming from me is driving a 10.0 car. Even if that has to be something that costs like 1 million, I might have to go ahead and break bread and get that, and hopefully get it up to a 10.0 rating. So we got this Maybach here. This is a stretched one, by the way. It's not a limo, but you can see how long the front of the car is. Like, that's crazy. And look at that grill in there too. That looks really nice. The little lip right here in the front, I don't like that. I wish they could remove that, but it is what it is. That's how the car was made. But look at this, bro. 9.5 as a stock. So this is going to go up to 10.0, just, with a couple of upgrades to it, which is going to be crazy. So I might end up driving this in the next video. It really depends on how much money I can make. Like I said, I'm going to stick with, just answering all of my call features. And of course, I'm going to be taking care of my drivers as well, making sure that they are driving some of the best cars, make sure that their skill sets are, above and beyond and everything like that. But like I said, when it comes down to, your drivers and stuff like that, just make sure that you are not upgrading their skill sets whenever they're delivering a customer. So right now would be a bad time to upgrade one of their skill sets here, but just for the purpose of the video, I just want to show you guys. So if you want to increase their tips here, 12,000, and the upgrade progress is going to take about 6 minutes. So this guy's delivering someone right now. If I were to press this, that delivery would be canceled and you won't earn the money. Now I can also hire another driver here, and let's go ahead and select the car for him. And let's get him driving. Well, we're gonna have to increase his training experience and everything like that. But I think ultimately I want him to drive either my Range Rover or the Porsche Canyon over here. So right now we can't select anything until we upgrade his status here. So let's go ahead and get his experience up a little bit better. And as you guys can see, just to start off right now, it's only going to take about 30 seconds for, his first upgrade right here. So I want you to basically see what's going to happen right now. So now we're going to have 2 drivers out there, which is crazy good. It's crazy good for me, the more money, the better, All right. So we're gonna go ahead and select him a car. He's gonna have to start out with the trash here. Let's see, we can get him started with the GTR here. So now he's driving around. So this is the perfect time to go ahead and do do that upgrading feature like I mentioned. So this is gonna take 1 minute. He can drive faster cars. That's the upgrade that I was making right there. And we're gonna go ahead and end off the video. I'm gonna hop back in the Blue Devil here. I'm gonna go ahead and get this person over here. Let's make one more drop off here. I'm gonna go ahead and get you since we were right in the neighborhood. And this guy's going to the hospital. Says his hand hurts. That's a reason to, that's a reason to go to the hospital. So right there, you can see the relationship right now for this guy is at a 6. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it. So we got this Blue Devil car right here. We got a Ferrari at 9.3 in its rating. And we have 2 drivers now out there working for me and making me extra money. If you guys have enjoyed the video, be sure to smash the like button, and of course subscribe to the channel right now if you guys are new watching for the very first time. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.
Trying to make my mama proud of me. I hope my mama proud of me, cause I dubbed college just so I could focus on a dream. I know my mama died of me, salute me, nasty down with me. Now 2 bros going back and forth, sibling rivalry. This guy gotta be, do numbers like the lottery. The coldest every winter, every summer, nothing hot as me. And if I spring up, bet my nigga on the side of me, ready for a war.